Hello, everybody. I'm Dorothy Morgan. I'm a professional astrologer. Today, we're going to talk about what's the energy of today. I've been doing these daily Mercury messages, meaning just a little tidbit of this, that, and the other thing. I'll start with a little bit of astrology for the day. I use Astro dice that give us an additional energy content. And then we end with an oracle deck, which is very earthy and very grounded because I love that kind of stuff. Hashtag align with nature. Today here in New England, we're in a snowstorm. We'll stay inside for hours. We'll go out and shovel later. It's wonderful. I want to share the screen with you and just give us a quick talk about what's going on at this moment in time. Let's see if I can get this more animated. There we go. What we have going on is in the sky, the moon's at the very, very end of Sagittarius. At 11:30 Eastern time, it's going to go into the sign of Capricorn, which can be very grounding, right? And help us to go in and focus on what we value. And it's out of bounds. I'll talk about that. It gives it a more extreme feel. I'll talk about that in depth. Today at noontime, I have my weekly Patreon group. If you like to financially support me, you can come there and join up. Level 3 is great for a lot of content. However, you don't have to do that. Just thumbs up and talk or respond below the video here. And that way YouTube knows that you guys are liking what we're talking about, and it will share it to more people and you can support me that way. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Very grateful for that. So we're at the very end of the lunar cycle too. So we're at the third quarter, the balsamic lunar phase, which is the final of 8 phases. That doesn't start until, I believe it is, got it Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning, in the middle of before sunrise, we get into the balsamic lunar phase. So we're in a phase where we're releasing, letting go, finalizing, and just finishing up a lot of things. That's what that third quarter is about. It's like really, tying up a lot of loose ends until we get to the new moon. All right, on March 2nd. That video is also attached at the end here. You can go and check that out yourself. So let's roll the dice. So that's a bit of the astrology. We go in, we go deeper in Patreon. So the roll of the dice came up with Venus in Taurus in the 6th house. Well, that's pretty interesting. So that's what these guys are doing. That's pretty interesting because here we are. Venus is about what I love and value. It is in rulership in the sign of Taurus. It just happened to roll out that way in the 6th house. So making this astrological sentence, what I love, what I value, what's important to me, can be finances, but it's the beauty, but it's earthy and it's very grounded. That's Venus and Taurus is grounded. So we love our stuff, the things that comfort us. It's important to focus on that right now and to see, what is it that I value? And being that the 6th house rolls on that die, it shows us that we need to be in the present. 6th house is ruled by Virgo. So that's about the details of everyday living, right? Well, it is. I say right, but it is. So the 3 die are telling us to pay attention today to what you love, what you value. Now, again, this message might not be for everybody, but it's an overall message. What I love, what I value. Am I, how do I want that to be part of my everyday life and living? It could be shifting your diet. That's 6th house energy of what we do every day. Taurus loves food. Maybe you're going to learn to cook. Maybe you're going to just say, I need to change one thing in my diet and just become a little more natural. Could be anything like that because we have options with these qualities. And I'm not talking to you, I don't have your chart. If I had your chart, it would be a whole different story. We'd be able to give specific. Or when I see Venus and Taurus, I also think of what I love, what I value, how I can use my own skills, my own talents to earn money, to earn a living. We all have those material needs. Venus and Taurus are material needs. So maybe you're going to take a hobby and figure out a way to start making some money with it because you're good at it. I love when Venus and Taurus It's just how I use my skills and talents to earn a living or to earn money. So it's turning that hobby. If you do what you love, that's where they will say, in my opinion, where the saying comes, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. I do what I love. And some days I do work. Some days it's all the, the bookkeeping and all the marketing. What a pain. But, we got to do it so I can do what I love, which is this, and talk to you guys. All right. So I want us to focus on that and really, pay attention to what's going on in that regard. And yeah, spend some time doing that. All right. What do we pick? Here, let me just do the one card itself. Thunder Drum. It's a great card. Yeah. My mouse is in the way. I like to make a screenshot of this, so I have to hold it until it does. Thunder Drum is fantastic. Now, this card has a lot to do with making noise, letting people know, just like a drum beating a drum, letting people know who you are, right, and what you're doing. And when it does do that, so to elaborate on this, it's about not being shy. It's about sharing your gifts to the world, letting people know who you are, and, declaring your authority. I know that sounds really egotistical, but it's not. It's like really stepping into your own power of who you are and being that authority. It's about walking to the rhythm of your own drum, being who you are. It's not time to step aside. It's time to say, yeah, I know what I'm doing with this. I love what I'm doing with this. And I want to share that with others, or whatever, your realm of things is about. Now, I also see this as a way of grounding too, because it recommends, I'm going to move my mic aside. It recommends that this is in my way. It recommends that we do that beat. We put, especially if we're feeling scattered and anxious. There's a lot of that going around these days. Do that double beat. We hear that when we're in the womb. That's the most primal sound we have as humans, when we start hearing our mother's heartbeat and our own. And so when you do that, it helps to bring you into the present moment, helps to ground you so you can feel more in the moment. So if you're feeling anxious and nervous, again, we all got a lot going on, and this, we're all on the edge. Not all of us, but edgy with everything that goes on in the last 2 years and now this. So bring that down. I like to use my fist because it's a more of a thump. I remember one time when I had a medical procedure, and then when I got up, they got me up too fast and I fainted. And excuse me. When I fainted, I was still semi-conscious. I could hear them talking to me, but I was just like a bag of wet noodles. And they just tap right here. There's a thing about that. The medical people will know. I don't know what it is, but they tap right here, and it brings you back. So when this card comes up, Thunder Drum, it reminds me of that too. So besides speaking up and being very, very loud and really stepping into your power, these drums are powerful. And you can also do this to get yourself back into the now, back into the present moment, and very grounded. So let's try that. All right. I hope that helps. Thank you, everybody. Always lots of gratitude and blessings. And I will see you next time. Namaste. Hey, tomorrow I'm going to be driving to Vermont, so I won't be here live, but I will be making a recording for tomorrow. Blessings, everybody. Let me find my way out.